Hey everybody, this is Strategywizard again, and today I'm just going to show you some promos that I got from the Board Game Geek store, and I'll put a link down below that so you can go directly to it if you're interested. But this is a bunch of little promos that they have. I went through all the promos that they had available for different board games, and I picked some for games that I own, not everything, because they're pretty expensive for what you get. But these seemed like they'd be really cool, so I went ahead and got them. Here's what I got, so I'll go ahead and go over each one. This tile, very expensive for what you get, but it's pretty cool. This is for Quantum, which I've done a review for. And in Quantum, you know, you're moving your dice around, which are your ships, and every tile in the base game has a planet in the middle, and you are trying to get your ships around the planet to put your Quantum cube on the planet so you can get points. Well, here in this particular tile, it's the only tile that doesn't have a planet in the middle. And that's already interesting enough, but it's not just a complete void of nothing. But there's no instructions that come with this, but on the Board Game Geek store it will tell you that the way this tile works, any ship that starts its turn on this tile automatically gives you one research. So it's two things. It's to give more open space, which is nice, and it makes it to where there's another way to get research without spending an action to do so. So I thought that was really cool. So that's for Quantum. Then Imhotep, I have yet to do a review of this game, but this sheet, also expensive for what it is, but even though these are expensive, you have to remember they are promos, so it makes sense that they're expensive. There's only so many around, and if you're going to make just a few of something, you got to charge more for the production costs and everything. And most of them do add really cool things. So the way Imhotep, I haven't ever explained how to play that game before, but if you already know, then you'll understand basically how this works. You'll put one of your cubes, and the instructions are on the back, which is nice. It tells you exactly how it works and gives you more detail of each of these actions. But each player, one time per game, can put a cube from their supply onto one of these 5 spots, and only one person can go there, as you can tell. But since you can only use one cube total per game on this sheet, that no one person can just take every one of them. So the point is, you get to do some cool things. This one lets you take 2 face-up cards from the market and refill the market from the draw pile. So you can just quickly get 2 of the cards that you want, place your cube there, but that's all you get to do on your turn, but that's very powerful to be able to get 2 cards immediately. This lets you put 1 stone on any ship, then you get to fill your sled completely. That's awesome. You can place 1 stone on a ship, you may change the order of the stones on that ship, and then you can sail it immediately. That's nice. Here you can place up to 2 stones on any ship and sail it immediately, and this one lets you place up to 3 stones on any ships. So basically, these give you some awesome one-time powers that you can use whenever you really need it. But again, if somebody claims one, you won't be able to claim it that game because they've already taken it. So first come, first serve. This is called Favor of the Pharaoh, I believe. Did it say that? Mini expansion? Oh, the Pharaoh's Favors. So this is pretty neat because it gives everybody this extra thing they can do, but you also have this time thing going where you're like, uh-oh, if I don't take it and someone else takes it first, then I won't get a chance. So I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, we've got Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black. Now, I have both games, and this sleeve comes with the expansion, mini expansion, I guess you could say, the promo pack. You get this little sleeve that will hold both of them together, so that's neat. Then you get this little drones expansion with a little bit of instruction booklet to tell you about it. And basically what this is, it's somewhat interesting. It's not just super awesome, but tokens look cool. But basically what it is, you have this card here, and you can spend any 2 dice to claim a drone. And the drones, you can put up to 1 drone on your pilots, and basically doing so increases their symbols here. It doubles the value, doubles them, and I think it doubles the value of their actual score. So basically it's a way to boost your pilots is what this expansion is for. So it's another way to make it to where even if you have a bad roll, you have something that you can do by spending any 2 dice to get this little bonus. And in the expansion you also get some new pilots. I'll go ahead and look at some of these. We have Celebrity, Lieutenant Andy Weir. I feel like that's an important person, but I could be wrong. When this ship returns to your galaxy after colonizing a planet, you acquire 2 resources of your choice. Nice. Networker, Captain Tim Schafer. At the start of your turn, if this ship is landed on a planet, you may freely move it to another planet and then perform that planet's action. That's cool. Gamelin, of course. The actual, you know, the company itself, I think that's cool that they actually made him a character. He doesn't have any ships, as you can see. Double the exploration badges on this card if you have completed your empire track at the end of the game. So basically, if you're doing great on your empire, he's great because you can really get a lot of bonus here. Daredevil. When exploring this ship, you may acquire one resource of your choice for each exploration card you leave. And he's got all ships. Dispatcher. While this ship is on a planet's surface, you may activate the colonized die to perform that planet's action. Nice. And the Viceroy. When this ship moves to unexplored space, you may immediately choose to acquire one culture. If you do, all other players acquire one energy. Culture is pretty special, so that's nice too. So you get all these new people, and you get this little mini expansion, the drones with little instructions, and of course the sleeve that goes on that covers both boxes. Then I got the Rise of the Dragonlord expansion for Simurgh. This is a little mini. This is the expansion promo for Rise of the Dragonlord. It gives you some new wizard cards, some new rogue cards. There's really too much here for me to even hardly go over, but I'll just show, I guess, a couple of them. Once per turn, and immediately after performing a main action with their wizard, a player may spend a scroll and a vegetable to receive 2 points. As a main action, a player may pay 2 scrolls to move their wizard to any action tile in the wilds directly from any action tile or from an action space in the city. A new action tile may not be placed this turn, so that's cool. Oh boy, there's just so much. Anyway, you get that. You get here's one of the rogues. Once per turn, and only immediately after placing their rogue on a production tile, a player may pay a scroll and a spear to use another empty action space, but not a Dragon Rider space, of that action tile. That's cool. There's 2 of those, then 2 different ones, of course. And then you have more of these little special ability cards where you power up your you power it up, and then you get your own special ability. So they got several of these. Then we have more of these homecoming cards. Adds a little more variety there of different things that you get whenever you recall your vassals. And then there's more of these, which let you get more of little power tokens for your dragons. And oh, there's more spellbook cards. So there should be 1, 2. There's 1, 2, 3. Looks like there's 3 per color. Blue, red, yeah, white. Yeah, there's 3 per color. So more spellbook cards, and everything else in this is honestly kind of like an advertisement. We have this Mistfall. We've got this In the Name of Odin, Simurgh, of course. Simurgh, Rise of the Dragonlord. Then we have all the actual cards of each one of the dragons. They look cool, so that's nice. They don't really serve any purpose that I know of, but they look great, and you can just do whatever you want with them. So you have all these cards of all the dragons, and a couple other little ads, so to speak. So a lot of the cards are that, which is kind of funny, but a lot of cool extra cards to add some diversity to Rise of the Dragonlord, the expansion of Simurgh. Now, the other 2 things I got are both expansion promos for Tiny Epic Kingdoms. This one is it's actually for Tiny Epic Kingdoms Heroes Call, which is the expansion, but I mean they are kind of similar. Basically, you get a little instruction booklet, you get some new races, and this one, the one for Tiny Epic Kingdoms that I got, actually has Gamelin, as the Order of Gamelin is one of the races, which is cool. And they have their own special abilities. You got the satyrs, you got the constructs. Actually, I'll just say some of what the Order of Gamelin does, because that might be of interest. At level 1, you gain 2 food if you win a war. That's nice. Other players cannot gain resources from regions adjacent to those that you have 2 meeples in. Oh, that's cool. When it is your turn to select an action, gain a resource of your choice before you select. It's your turn to select an action. Oh, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And other good stuff. At the very top, when you reach this level, gain 1 point and the game ends instantly. Wow, at the very top. That's cool. I skipped 4, but you can probably have read that. And then you get these tokens. These tokens are going to let you have this little mini expansion called Exploration. There's actually... They have 2 different tile sets that they call it. The first tile set is all these. You have a dragon's lair, a church, a town, a camp, a fort, some blank ones, some bandits, treasure, and crown of valor. And they tell you exactly what how they work. There's tile set 1 for the Crown of Valor option. There's dragons, buildings, and bandits, and then you can also do the variant of buildings where you can just actually build the church, the fort, the town, and the camp. You can build them by spending 2 ore and 2 food, and basically it says when performing a build action, a player can elect to build one of these buildings and place them in the region of your choice instead of building on the tower. So this is a way you can get these cool buildings in your places, and it's important because they do cool things. The camp, it says, stays on the board in the region that it was found. This region now gives an additional resource to the player who controls it. This resource is of the same type. So with the camp, you can generate resources more quickly. If you have a fort, the player who controls this region gains +2 to war when attacking. So it's important to be in charge of the fort because suddenly you're more powerful all the time. The town stays on the board in the region that it was found until, or built if you use the building option. At the end of the game, this region is worth 1 additional victory point, etc. And the church will let you save one of your people that dies, but the church gets discarded. Now here's the thing. You can do the building option, which lets you build them, or if you do use the other options, they'll be face down, because you see the back of them is blank, and they'll be randomly placed in different spots on the board, on each person's little player map. So you can either do it where it kind of adds that little exploration element where you don't know what you're going to go to. You walk in and, ooh, what's here? You flip it over and you find something. Or you can do the buildings where you just build buildings to make yourself more powerful. Something similar over here in this one. I would say these are mutually exclusive. That one can't be played with this one. You'd have to choose which one you want to do, because in here, basically these tokens right here, the real goal, it's mostly bad things. These are bad, and this is what you're looking for. There are some treasures, and there's a little teleporter. This is horrible. These are what you're looking for. These right here are going to let you win. If you get all 3, you automatically win the game. Doesn't matter who has what. If you get all 3 of these, you win. And what happens is if you find them, then you can. If someone can fight you and take one of them from you. So let's say you had 2 of them. If someone fought you, they could take one of the 2. So if they win. So it promotes fighting, and it promotes the exploration because you want to try to find these, because not only, even if you don't get all 3 to win, each one gives you 2 bonus points if you're at the maximum level of whatever thing. Like here for the fort, if you've maximized your tower, then you'll get a bonus 2 points. If you've maximized your magic learning, and you'll get a bonus 2 points here. So there's some cool stuff going on. It motivates you to want to try to explore to get this stuff, but there's dangerous things out there that can mess you up. So that's cool. And of course you get 3 other races. We have the Ooze, who whenever you move into a region with another player, immediately gain a resource of your choice. That's nice. If you declare peace during war and lose, you gain the resources your opponent spends. That is possibly a that could be a big swing, especially if you bluff someone into thinking that you're really trying to win and they spend a lot and you can just rack up. Count up your total number of resources you may redistribute across all resource types as long as you end up with the same total number. That's cool. And I'll just skip forward again. When you gain 2 points if all your meeples in play are adjacent or in the same region with other players' meeples. That's cool. So especially since this right here kind of makes you want to be close anyway. We have insectoids, we've got imps. So you have new races again. You got these variants. That's what you get in those promos. So that's it. These are the promos I bought. It was exciting to learn what they all do, and hopefully this was helpful for you. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos. And also just remember, I'm going to put down the link where you can go if you want to buy some promos, see what other games have promos that the BGG store has. You can go there, check it out, and see what you like. So take care in the meantime. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video, and see you then. Bye.